Hello, hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Maree, Jazzy, how are you doing, girl?
I'm doing great, thank you. Jasper says hi as always. He's giggling already. I don't know what he's going to come up with today. Um, but yeah, we've got a power outage here for more work. So I'm borrowing a friend's dongle to do this show. So if I drop out, sorry. And it's a bit muggy. So if I'm sweating, I can't even have my fan on. So just, but I said I want to be here. So so there's my commitment.
Well, I appreciate it. I know we had to miss last Monday because of the
Yes.
same reason.
Yeah, and I
And
didn't have a dongle. Yeah, so yes,
so,
I'm here and I'm very happy.
yeah, so should we ask the cards if um, this has to do with what you know, like what we already know that's out there, right?
Yeah, no,
Um,
this is
this,
maintenance.
well, that's what they're telling you,
Oh, the
right?
trucks are here. So yeah, but the trucks are here, and it's noisy. So
Okay. But it could
I,
this be
I
the
can ask.
rolling blackout that they were talking about?
Okay,
Maybe? I don't know.
I can check, but my gut is no. It's actually because we did have a huge electrical storm a few weeks ago, and we lost power then, and I think something got damaged. So So that makes
Oh,
more sense. Yeah. And it's really interesting because where I live, we have underground power and not many places do. Like we're one of the very few places on the Gold Coast that has underground power. So I guess there can be issues with that. So, but let me just check with the cards and just see, is this oh, that one's really hot. Mm.
and let me make you
No,
bigger.
it's just, no, it's just a unique situation that's being rectified because the Nine of Pentacles is all about something that's good, but it's unique and it's happening. So no, this is not something that's part of it. No, it's something small. Page of Wands, that always tells me it's a small action that's being taken. So no,
Okay.
I mean, some of the other ones we've seen, with banks and things. No, this will be moved forward. The Chariot, this will be fixed. So it's all good.
Okay,
Yay.
wonderful.
Phew.
Yeah,
It was a
exactly.
good thought. But,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
but there has been something else going on here, Elisa, and I'd really love to see what you say about this and what everyone else says about this. But literally since my birthday, I noticed it. My friend and I were outside in our beautiful balcony. You can see everything from there, at the moon, stars. And I was saying to her, there's no stars. This is so weird. But I'm going to go down to the pontoon and have a look to see if I'm just not seeing them. Went down there, no stars. There was no cloud cover. And I was taking photos going, this is weird. Anyway, and I sort of just kept noticing and looking. And then what I started to notice was you could see the moon going through its phases each night and Jupiter that's sitting next to it at the moment and nothing else. And there was no clouds. And to me, I'd tune into it and it felt like plasma. Um, and and then the other night it was happening again, but there was some big fluffy white clouds you could see in the sky. No other clouds behind it, and still no stars, just the moon and Jupiter. And so I was talking to a friend and I said, can you check where you are if there's any stars in the sky? And then so I popped it up on this little telegram thing I'm on, and a girl from South Australia said, no stars here. She said, no, one star. And I went, no, that'd be Jupiter that's next to the moon. My other friend went, no stars in the sky tonight. This has been 3 weeks, over 3 weeks. As soon as I'd done that and I was really tuning into it, the next minute, to the right side of the moon, the sky became clear and I could see like a handful of stars. So we had, Orion's belt. We call it the saucepan. I don't know what you guys call it. If you get it even in the northern sky, you probably don't. I don't know. But yeah,
Orion's belt.
yeah,
We get
which
we
is
get
part
it.
of okay. So anyway, so it was literally only this much of the sky that had stars in it. To the left of the moon, it was all plasma still. And I'm just going, this is weird. And again, when I tuned into it, I felt like it was almost like, how you put a slide over something? It's like something had been put across the sky. And then it cleared for a minute to show me, oh, it's all still there. It's just been covered up. It was so bizarre. And then last night I couldn't double check because it was cloudy and raining. But I would love to know if anyone else has experienced this, because you guys are from all over the world, which is fabulous. Has anyone else been seeing this? And is it maybe just certain people's perception of the sky, depending on what we see and what we can perceive. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm putting that one out there, Lisa. What
Yeah.
have you noticed anything?
I did notice there was a week here where it was raining and it was like hurricane style winds and rain, like sideways rain with a lot of wind. And we're just like, what is this? Like, this is not, what is this? And it just felt wrong. It felt like fake. It felt like there's something going on up there and they need to keep us inside. And it just felt like something was happening. And then the forecast has been funky, where it says like, oh, it's going to be clear. And all of a sudden it's cloudy and rainy. And it's like, wait a minute, what? Like totally like wrong forecast. And
Mm,
just, and a lot less stars for sure, for sure.
okay.
We went to the beach, to the place where this guy had been pulled up into the ship because he wanted to show, excuse me, to show it to me, and it was at night. And my God, they were like lines everywhere, just lines and lines and lines, and you could tell they were trying to
Yeah,
um,
right.
cover
Okay.
what's going on up there. It's today was the first day we had sun shining, and it was in the afternoon. The day started again with rain, with lots of cloud coverage. And I'm like, what is
Yeah.
going on? They're just not getting things done up there that they need to, or something. They're covering definitely the sky.
I know. It's funny. Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because I was going, this is a long time for this to be going on. I mean, how many people don't look up? I mean, that movie, Don't Look Up. So
Yeah,
many people don't even look up.
yeah,
But I just love it. It's my absolute beautiful way of being at night, is to connect in with it.
yeah,
And I'm just
yeah,
going, yeah, weird
yeah,
is weird.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and
So
Trixie was asking if it's
mm,
like chemtrails. Yeah, the regular lines
mm.
like chemtrails. That's exactly what I would see. And also would see like those lines that go like this, like that, where it's like these lines.
Horizontal.
Yeah, it's like ammonia, like this guy was explaining, it's like an ammonia thing that they do to make it rain. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, the cloud seeding.
Oh, so RG saying the same thing. Like last night, it was very cloudy, but in a very odd way, clouds were
Yeah.
in rows. That's exactly what it was. It's like these rows that
Ah.
do this, like one, like together, like
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, there's definitely something going on. It's just,
yeah.
and I haven't yet been able to actually ascertain fully what it is. So
Well,
if
let's take
anyone's got,
cards. Like
yeah,
what is going on in the skies? What is
actually,
it?
I'm gonna ask Jasper first, and then we can do some cards, I think,
Yep.
after, because, yeah. Okay, so, he's already starting. Hang on a minute. I'm just gonna tune in properly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's the great thing about the show too, is that we are able to get everybody's, what's happening all around the world.
It's so good because it makes you realize you're never alone. Everyone's experiencing things in a similar way. Yeah, it's really,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what's Jasper showing me? Yeah, he's showing me things are being covered. So what he's actually shown me, I'm just going to tune in a little bit longer. Yeah, so, okay, I'm going to try and explain this. He shows me something and then I have to try and put it into words. So it's almost like a little bit like if you've got let me think let's imagine a beehive. You know how they have those things that they,
Oh, I lost her. Hello? All right. So Marie had mentioned, and let me make myself big because that way you guys can see me. So Marie had mentioned that they were still doing some work, some power work in her area, and they were trying to fix some issue in by her house. So she said that possibly she could get dropped off during the forecast, during the webcast, which is probably what's happening right now with her. But um, as you guys can see, there's definitely something going on. The chemtrails are still happening, especially here. Now, are they still bad? As far as I know, the cards had told us they were not bad anymore. But I do feel that they're using it for covering the space up there so that we are not able to see what's happening up there. So I think that's, to me, that's what it feels like. It feels like there is a reason why they're covering up that space. And especially where I am with Space Force is like down the street. It's maybe 10 miles from here down on the water, on the ocean. So definitely things are happening. And I feel that it's not a coincidence I don't remember the weather ever being the way it is at all, the way it is now. So let's see, there's Maree. There you are.
Sorry about that. My friend forgot and he went to leave with the dongle. Lucky I'd warned you, but he went, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." You're so cute. So he brings it upstairs for me. So I'm very blessed to have beautiful friends that look after me. So yeah, but I'm back. So now where were we? Okay.
So Jasper. Yeah, you were explaining
Jasper.
with Jasper.
He was showing me it's like they were changing films. You know how you push in and out of slots like a film slide. He was showing me like this, like they were doing it like that. And I said, "So what does that mean?" And he said, "Oh," and I'm feeling it now. He's actually helping me to actually feel it. The frequency is increasing so much that it's almost like it has to be not monitored, evaluated or something. There's something going on because the frequency is so much higher or different and expanded now in our realm.
Oh my God. So, okay. So finish, because I have to tell you a story about this.
Okay. And then, so what he said, and I said, "Okay, so is this okay?" He says, "Yes, yes, no, it's all being done for the good. This is not nefarious." And that frequency I felt just then was crazy. It was so clear and so. And when I was actually tuning into the what we call the sky, that makes sense. So it's just so I feel that'll all get pulled back out, and we'll go back to normal type of thing. Pretty soon. So yeah, we can do some cards and
So do you think that this chemtrails is tied to that?
I'm getting a yes straight away, but let's ask the cards.
Oh, wow. Okay. So,
yeah, let's ask the cards.
okay.
Oh wow, that's really interesting. Whew. Oh, the difference in frequency when I'm tuning in to what's going on there, to what's happening. Oh, it's definitely something going on. It's huge stuff going on.
So while you put the cards, this tells the story. My friend Allie was actually left me a message today about how she was in a trip and she just got home. And usually when she gets home, there is a transition period where she feels where there is a difference coming into her home because she lives a very 5D life. So her bubble, like my bubble, there are 5D bubbles of beautiful energy. And she's like, what's weird is I got home and I didn't get that like this like things feel different for me. And I'm like, well, I said, the only thing I can think of is that they've elevated the energy outside of our bubbles to a point where now there is no transition from that to our bubble. And now you just said that, and I'm like, oh my God, that's probably what it is.
We are spot on because I was doing the cards and asking that question: is it all related, to these chemtrails, to this and that, to the big fat yes, straight up. The Emperor, it's the good guys, straight up. King of Wands, this is someone that takes action, that's very high, very masterful. It's usually very precise. They, know what's going on. And this, it's all saying exactly what we've just been talking about.
Wow. So it's okay. So it's confirming what what Jasper mentioned.
Yeah, gosh,
Yeah.
that was good because I'd been tuning in and stuff, but that's why I wanted to bring it on today because I hadn't actually gone in and asked Jasper. I wanted to do it, so it was here. So yeah. Oh my gosh! Look
Yeah.
what just flipped. That just flipped. The Tower card just
Oh,
flipped out.
wow.
So this is all pre big something big coming. I always see that as a positive thing. The Tower
I,
card.
you know, I don't know. I can tell you, I've been feeling extremely happy today, like
Good.
super
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
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 But we can go through these really big cycles at the moment. Like I was feeling anxious and it wasn't, I was going, this is not like me and stuff. But, huge internal shift. I was visited by my staff family and they were doing work with me. And when that happens, I get this really uncomfortable feeling in my solar plexus. And of course, we look for outside triggers, right? Being human. I just go, Maree, you're going through an internal shift. You don't have to look for problems to
Yeah.
make it. And then I sort of a lot more came through, and then I did this beautiful circle of fire, which is a very powerful clearing, shamanic thing. Amazing. It just, I was like, this feels so much better. So something had to be shifted inside to get me back into that balance. So if
Yeah.
you don't worry, guys, you can be happy one day and then you can be like, oh my God, what's going on the next? And
Yes.
it's okay. You're not going insane.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're shifting timelines too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
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 creating.
shifting. Yeah.
Totally. So yeah, no, I think it's just good to know that. Yeah, look at this, the Lovers card. I'm going to split a card and the Lovers card came up. This is our own internal journey as much as it is then working with someone, people around us or our outer world. So that's why that's come up. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Because I was taking a class. Octavia had a workshop about lucid dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
And what they pounded on us and pounded on us is that we're multidimensional beings and that we have so much more power when we have the knowledge from all those dimensions, that all those different timelines where right now we're actually in. So a lot of the dreams that sometimes we have, specifically the 3D, more of the 3D type where we see ourselves but with different people or different things happening, those are all our multidimensional selves. And so the idea is that we not only learn how to control the dream but also know and understand that this is a dream, just like that's a dream, right? Like when we're dreaming and that's a dream is the same as we're dreaming somewhere else and this is the dream, right? Like
That's
it's
correct.
it
Yeah. I always say that, which is the dream and who's the dreamer.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true. And I think it's good to remember that because don't take life so seriously.
exactly.
It's a game. It's a game, you know. So sorry if you can hear the trucks. They're coming and going. So
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
game. It's a game, and it's been really interesting um to see it from the dream side. Like I know I'm multidimensional, but now that I'm seeing the information that comes through as a multidimensional being, it's like putting it all together. Like one more little puzzle piece has been added, right, to the equation, but also more
exactly.
complexity as well.
Exactly, and then what happens is our brain rewires and begins to, our mind changes as we get this knowledge. And it was so interesting because on the dream show yesterday, the crane card came up, and that is knowledge and wisdom. And this is what we're getting through all of our pieces to help us to expand our mind. So it's not just mental plane, it's the heart and the mind together, which is that consciousness, that divine consciousness. And that's the best place to work from.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I feel, that all of these asking questions is one of the best things in life we can do. Okay, and because that's how we expand.
That's how we expand. Yeah. And it's about, accepting change, right? Because the way you expand is by doing something different and by accepting change. Because we don't expand when we don't change, when we're uncomfortable and we don't,
No.
we don't really do anything different, then we're not learning, we're not expanding, we're not evolving.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you. And yeah, Lisa and I were talking about this before the show. So, and I've been getting the hit just in the last few weeks to start putting up on the Magic Maree channel. I call it the self-love bucket. And I got bored about 6 years ago. And so I came up with this concept of trying something new. And if you can do it every day, great. But if you can't, that's great. But I thought I can start and share it with people so that they can start having adventures again. But learning from it, actually learning about themselves through the adventure. So yeah, I'll definitely get onto that.
yeah,
So
yeah, definitely.
yeah.
So yeah, guys, it's not bad. Don't create realities you don't want to create by believing the negative timeline.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
yeah, let's just try to, if you see something, let's try and keep it so that keep it in the mind of what do I want to create, and take your belief from that. Like, I want to create something positive or I want to create something negative, and go that way and take that,
And yeah,
that belief.
I love that. Yeah, and it's so interesting you say that because something popped up the other day and I went, "Ooh, that's not my reality. That's not going to be my reality. No, thank you very much." And then took myself into my, this is what I love dreaming about. This is what I love creating.
Yeah,
So you're spot
absolutely.
on, and I think we have to stay on the ball with that too.
Yes, absolutely. Especially
Yeah,
since their last ditch effort is to throw at us, um, stuff that is going to change or keep us in the negative timeline, right?
yes, exactly. And we just choose. We get to choose. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get too deep into this, the reason I chose this title was, um, because I feel that if Princess Di would come back, I feel like that would really change humanity. It would be huge, um, in the awakening process of everyone. Um, so I'm hearing, like, Princess Di and Trump are married and Baron Trump is his son and things like that. So I feel like that information is important enough. Not that it's gossip for me, because I don't really
no,
give a crap about that.
no, no.
But I do feel like if this is something that is going to happen, it's something that I would love to look forward to, because I think it would make a difference.
Yeah, you know, um, yeah, and I think with all the events that are unfolding and that continue to unfold, I think it's all, if it's true, I don't know. Should we check that first?
Yeah. Hmm.
Let's just check to see if who we knew as Lady Diana Spencer, that um, in this timeline, if that's actually true for us, if there is truth in the fact that she is um, still in her physical body.
Yeah. And I wonder if we're on the same timeline too.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's why I asked in our timeline of awareness.
Hmm.
We've got our Ten of Cups first up. To me, this is emotional happiness. This is family. So that's always, some people can say, oh, it can be an illusional emotional happiness. However, I always take the Ten of Cups as being, usually when we ask a question like this, something that's really positive. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. These seeds were planted a long time ago. It's still being watched and waited to see what's the best outcome. She may never come back out. It depends, I think, on what happens.
Okay.
So it's still being watched. Yeah. So, and the Hierophants come up. So this is someone of authority, someone that's I often see them as a controller, not always positive. So I feel that that's why they've done that one, the Seven of Pentacles, because to keep them away from this, to keep her safe, is what I'm getting. Yeah, Chariot. So once things move, once things are balanced, once things are moving, that's when there could be more possibility that, you know, it becomes a newsworthy. Yeah, look at this, the High Priestess. This is a beautiful hidden feminine energy. This is yeah. So, and there's a veil. So she's been hidden.
Okay.
So to me, yeah, that sort of tells the story to me.
Okay, so is Trump really married to her?
Is she? Yeah. Has she been
in this timeline?
In this timeline, I know. In this timeline, is that? See, I've heard that, but my jury's just out on that one. I don't know. So let's have a look and see what the cards say to us, because I'm completely neutral on it. Really, just
Yeah. And there's a reason I ask that.
okay. Let me just have a look and see what the cards say. Got the Nine of Pentacles again. This is someone that's very unique. It's a very, it's a unique situation, but it's very abundant situation. So yeah. This is really interesting. Let's just see. Ooh, the Hermit. So this is something that's been hidden, but it's also a way of us finding out the truth. It's a way of us looking internally and deeply. So yeah, interesting. Wow. Again, Four of Swords, something that's really hidden. This is something that's really hidden. Good grief.
Interesting.
Wow. Yeah. So I would say that it's a high possibility, which blows my mind a little bit, because like I said, I was neutral. I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to go there, and yet doing this, it's saying there's definitely something around all of that that's been hidden. So,
Okay, so then let's ask. This would answer the question. Maybe it won't answer, but then is Baron Trump her son?
let's have a look and see. Okay. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I think this should help us narrow it down.
I think so too. The cards, I'm just really getting the specific hot cards. Interesting. Okay. So when we've got our Seven of Swords, this means that something has been very much contained, very much hidden, very much kept in the dark. Eight of Cups, something's been walked away from emotionally. And then we got the Six of Swords, to move into a better place, to actually change direction and to go somewhere better.
Those are not yes
it's
cards.
Not a yes or no. So I know, but it's obviously, I know. Let me just see if I can get a clarifying card. But I think there's more to this than what we're thinking. And we don't want to just jump to conclusions, sort of thing. So, interesting. Nine of Cups. So the situation, this is what your wishes and desires and things coming true. So when a Nine of Cups comes up, I believe what they're saying is the situation is exactly how they wanted it to be at the end of the day. And whether, yeah, God, they've got a Judgment card. So it's all been taken care of. So I'm not getting, and I'm feeling that there's something going on that we haven't come to the right question about. Okay. So I can't say a full yes with this, which is really, and again, that hidden card, Four of Swords. There's too much else here, I think, in the story, Elisa, than just a straight up yes or no. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just
It
the
is
cards
because
are.
it's a simple yes or not. Like, is
Yeah,
that his daughter, his son, her son or not? Like, yes,
I know.
no. That's it.
But it's convoluted. So what it's saying,
Oh,
and
you
I
know
know.
what? What if he
Oh my
was?
God.
Yeah,
Clarifying card, the
that's
magician.
what I
It's
was
all
gonna.
smoke and mirrors. Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if he is just an ET that that doesn't have a human mom or dad? Like, it's
Yeah,
just he was put there, as the son of Trump, and
yeah,
he's a time traveler,
yeah,
right?
for
So
sure. Yes, yeah, contract. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think this is more convoluted
yeah, but the answer
because
still
maybe,
would
but
be
maybe
no,
there is some truth in it, but we haven't got it right as to what it is. Maybe there's
right?
some
But the, but
DNA
the,
truth.
because the question was a very simple: is he her son? So, um, if he's a time traveler,
Mm,
that means that then he's not, in a sense. Maybe in a different timeline, she could be his mom, but not in this earthly timeline, but maybe in the galactic one, like where he came from, because he's so tall. I mean, you can tell he's not from here.
yeah, it's interesting. But maybe there's some family, soul family. Maybe there's some DNA family that's involved in this as well. And it's not what we would call a standard mother. This is what I'm trying to say. It could be a whole different paradigm to even what we're thinking.
So maybe we needed to just ask biological.
But then that
Was
might not work either if there is some DNA, if there is something that's an aspect
Yeah,
of it. That's what I'm saying. It's that cards don't usually do that, where they come up with this convoluted thing. So yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. So
Okay. But
I'm
there's a
sorry I
connection.
couldn't
I mean,
that box.
if the answer is that convoluted, then there's a connection of some kind.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm getting. I won't say fully yes and I won't say fully no. There is something else going on that is being hidden that we might not even be able to comprehend yet in our
Yeah,
little earthly way of, being. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, okay, interesting. So, yeah, so this was a question that I saw up there. So, does she have a daughter?
Does who we know of as Princess Diana in this timeline, does she have a daughter, a physical human daughter? Let's just see.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We've got the Queen of Wands, which we could say is Diana, and the Tower card. So if she did, something's happened. So yeah, that's yeah. It was something that was desired. I feel something that was wanted, but something happened.
Mm, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So, can we confirm then that Baron is a time traveler?
yeah. So Kibu, it's a great question, and the thing is, though, a time traveler can be in any sort of time, place. Not necessarily. Oh, you mean originally from the future, Kibu?
Yeah.
Okay, not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's have a look and see. From the future for us in this time and space here, what we call the future. Yeah. Gosh, it all gets a bit convoluted, doesn't it? When you get your mind going into it.
Yeah.
Hoy. You would do it on a day where I've got no fan. Ah, that's funny. Knight of Pentacles. When this comes up, this is definitely a message about a reality. So that to me is more of a yes than a no. So the full, yeah, a whole new world. Yeah, I'm going to have to
Yeah.
go with yes.
I mean, if I would say time traveler, I think the Fool card would be the most
Yeah, that would be
one to
hidden
say,
again.
yeah, like,
It's our card for the day, the Four of Swords. It's all secret. But yeah, I would actually have to say yes with these cards.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
And so Nell had a good point. I don't know why Nell did not cross my mind, but yes, you're right. We should
Yeah.
ask if Melania
Yeah.
is his real mother.
Absolutely. Let's do that now. I love it. Ah, okay.
Yeah, my mind's going in so many different
That's
places.
what I mean. I'm
The
sweating
obvious
because my
question.
so much coming through. Thanks now for taking us back to basics. We thought we'd learnt that one, didn't we?
Yeah, right?
Elisa, we forgot. Oops. I love it. You keep us in line, you guys. It's awesome. Okay, let's just see.
Yeah.
It's Melania. We've got the Hermit again, which is something that it's usually something that needs to be deeply looked at to get the truth. I feel this is all part of this convoluted story. Temperance, this is, again, to me, this is always like an angelic realm or our higher self or having patience. There is change and whatever, but it's there's change. So I'm still not getting a yes now.
Should we ask biological? What should we put in that sentence, biological?
I don't know if it's going to make any difference because the Four of Cups says we're being offered something, but we're not getting it. We don't know enough. I don't think. I think there's something else going on here. Let me try one more time. Okay, I'm going to try one more
They're
time.
probably like saying, like, we told you he's from the future. What do you mean Melania's his mother? Like, if he's from the future, Melania cannot be his mother.
Let's have a look and see. I wonder if he came in as a conscious soul, like he knew the time to come in. Yeah, yeah, like a conscious soul. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is changing it all up. Interesting. Nine of Wands means that there's been a really long journey and it's nearly come to the end. And we were sort of focusing on Baron then when we were doing this. And then the Queen of Swords is someone that speaks directly, can tell the story. She's usually very honest. So I feel like we were just talking about then. I'm wondering if that was a deliberate physical, here's the body, maybe Melania has had the baby, but there's been a higher aspect of that consciousness come in the star. So there's been a higher aspect coming through. Oh, this is starting to make a bit more sense now. You know what I mean? Like not being able to ask a straight out question.
Okay.
So I feel there has been some sort of consciousness come through into that body.
Like Jesus and Mary?
We've heard of walk-ins, right? But I believe it's actually our higher self. It's our oversoul bringing through a very fine frequency of it with more remembrance, more consciousness and more remembrance of who they truly are. So I feel that Jesus already had a DNA base that was 5D, and that's how this is my belief and my understanding, that was then anchored onto the earth, onto the grid plates of the earth, so that we could then also come into that Christ consciousness within us. So I feel maybe that, this is, there's something else with him that we don't know yet. So Melania may be his real mother, but there could be other aspects that we're just not taking into account.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Let me just see if I can get one more. I know. Can of worms, baby. So it's interesting because when the Six of Cups comes up, this to me is being offered something emotionally, but there's actually a bigger village behind it. There's more to the story. There's more to this whole aspect. And it's where we choose to look as to what we'll actually understand. So, yeah. These are not yes-no cards, apparently, because they're not yes-no questions, apparently.
I thought they were.
Oh, no. I thought they would have been too, but apparently they're not. So this is great because what it does is it expands how we are looking at things.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then, so a good question would be, which is a combination of the question Nell has and the question Trixie has.
yeah.
So, what would his mission coming in as a walk-in, or what does it influence our future? Like, what can the cards tell us about Baron Trump and why he's here? What is his
Yeah, let's have
purpose?
a look and see if we can get anything on that. Okay. King of Wands again. This is someone that takes action, that's coming from a very masterful place, that's very wise. So there's obviously some action that he's going to be taking, is what I get from that card. Yeah. Then we've got the Devil, and then we've got the Ace of Swords. I feel he's come to help at this time of
Wow.
what's going on with the cabal. That's the first yes we've had in, like,
Yes.
and so it's definitely a plan to have that here to help with that. Yep. So there's some action. He may already be doing stuff we don't know about,
Yeah.
and I'm sure he's probably helping Mr. T at some level.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting.
I know. Oh, and it's interesting
I'm
because I've
even
just
wondering.
noticed.
I'm even wondering if that's even his son. Like, I'm not feeling a connection between them two.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can ask, is it, or again, is it going to just give us all that convoluted stuff? Maybe there is a aspect that is in the physical.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's like, yeah. I don't feel a connection between them two.
Yeah. No, look, it's funny you say that because I've sort of felt that too. But maybe they've tried to keep him out of the limelight, which is really interesting because the Queen of Swords has come up. So that's to me, again, this is someone very direct, speaking very directly about a situation. And then again, being offered something that's maybe not fully palatable to keep his identity, to keep him safe, to keep him who he truly is. So there is some correlation with that Queen of Swords, but it may again not be exactly how we perceive it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Whew, I know.
So what do you get, like, intuitively? Because I
Yeah,
intuitively I get, like, again, he's like an ET
yeah,
that's here on Earth, like, helping us, and the way that he is included into a normal view for people that don't know what we know is by putting him as Trump's son, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. Um,
normalize like what he looks like, first of all, because
yeah, yeah,
it's like it's really weird to see this, you know,
yeah,
giant.
yeah, yeah. It's really interesting, isn't it? Okay, interesting because I was checking with the cards again then, and I feel again he's probably human, but has the ability to very quickly bring in a very high consciousness. So his DNA, so the Knight of Cups is bringing through an emotional message. So his DNA can actually cope with what it is that he's doing, and he remembers, and that keeps popping into my mind. He remembers who he is, whereas a lot of us don't. Yeah. So I feel that the way you're expressing it is similar to how I'm feeling about it, but it's in a different way. For me, it's the consciousness coming into that physical body
Yeah,
that has some DNA that is more activated or more,
yeah,
it's there to actually do what it needs to do.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
mean, I don't want to compare him to Jesus, right? Because it doesn't feel like
it's
it's
different.
that. It's that,
Mhm.
like, gigantic of a space, right? Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't feel that, but it feels kind of like the same idea of like a someone who's not a human, right? And has a higher,
yeah.
I
A
don't know,
higher frequency, a
a
higher
higher
consciousness,
something.
a more activated DNA, because we can
Yeah,
have more activated DNA strands, um, and but yet still be here in a physical body.
yeah,
And especially the way the frequency is now on Earth. that it can support. It would have been very hard to hold that. Like even 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it would have been very difficult, so you get more activated, as we know, because we're all getting activated as the frequency shifts and changes. Yeah. So I feel it's there's a bit more to this.
Yeah. And hey, Patricia, I'm glad you're here. It's super late for her, but she is a night owl.
Where is she?
In Netherlands.
Oh wow, yeah, that's late. Yeah. It's like when
So,
Layla comes on. It's like
so this
late.
question is something that I also had heard, that she's also not of like a regular human.
So what I'm going to ask is, are there aspects of Melania that are more cosmic or more from another realm than a normal human? Because let me just see what we get. Yeah, okay, yeah, and you want to come out too. So we've got our 9 of Cups. Okay, so that's what was desired. So there's definitely something there, strategy and walking away from something. So yeah, I'd say that she's definitely come from another, I like to use the word realm, okay, rather than planet.
Oh, yeah, but let's not confuse people. So
okay, planet. So
yeah,
definitely something's hidden with her, that 4 of Swords. And it's been coming out to really clarify with each question like this, hasn't it, today? So
yeah,
this is what happens with the cards sometimes. They'll actually go, okay, you know what this means. So, and again, I was just going, well, what's her role here? Again, like Baron, let's get rid of these dudes. Let's get rid of the devil, which is, yeah. So she's definitely got a big role here, as we know. Yeah, oh my God, there's a yes. She has a big role here, and she has more of another, again, her DNA, her heart, her soul would be definitely from another place.
okay. So is she
Because I believe we can get actually born into a physical body, but
mhm.
then what our soul's journey or contract is, that's what then can change our DNA. It can change our whole consciousness level. And again, we remember where we're from and who we truly are.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Dennis has a funny question. Dennis,
I
sometimes he
love
gets these ideas.
Oh, yes, she does.
Um,
Is Melania an elf royalty?
royalty.
Yay. Okay, let's have a look, Dennis. I mean, who knows? There could be mixture of DNA in all of us that we sort of don't even know, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, and Patricia, yeah, I have a strong feeling that Melania also is not from here, and the cards are, I think,
Yeah,
showing that
they're
as
saying
well.
that. They are.
Yeah.
Dennis, we've got the 4 of Swords. I cannot, honestly, I shuffle and I'm doing a clear 4 of Swords, so there is definitely something hidden. But we've got that 10 of Cups again too. So there may be some aspect of magic to her that is being activated. I mean, we could all have that as well, but it could be activated within her. Yeah, look at this. Oh my gosh, now we've got our 2 of Cups. So there's definitely something that's been activated within her. Because,
That's a big yes, right?
Yeah, that's a yes. If there's it, sorry, it's a yes. I have to go with yes on that one.
So
And
then,
more like DNA being activated, because you look at her grace and you look at her and I tune into her energy, and it's just like pure silver. That's how I feel and see it when I tune into her. So I don't know how everyone else does feel.
like when you tune into me, same, huh?
Same. You're pure gold, honey. You're a 0.999.
Okay, so then the next question is, in her human body, her DNA, her human DNA, is she a descendant of the Romanov dynasty.
Can you explain what you mean by dynasty?
Like a descendant from the Romanov, uh, the kings and
Oh,
queens that were
from the
dynasty.
from what they would call royalty bloodlines.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
that's Russian. I'm going to assume
Yes.
it's a Russian
Yeah.
dynasty.
No, that's what I needed to know to get the question clear in my space.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting because that one came up first, and that's more of a no. There's more questions to be asked. That's what that one means to
Okay.
me when it comes up. So the magician. So there's something else that may be related to that, but it's not that direct question.
Okay.
So I have to go because that card hasn't come up for ages. But there's definitely a victory card. So that Six of Wands tells me there's definitely something that makes her have that edge. That there is something in her that is, again, I feel it's maybe just what we've talked about.
Yeah, I think so too.
So that's what I'm feeling. It's more to do with her DNA that's being activated, her consciousness, and her soul remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And there's a lot of questions and intuitions here that that may be played in.
Well, I'll have to say I do know that we have some Pleiadian connection.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so it's really, yeah. So we do all have some Pleiadian connection within us.
Yeah.
So however percentage, whatever it is that we have activated for this particular experience here, it depends. But yeah, I believe we all do.
Yeah. Okay. Did I ask this one? That if Princess Diana was an aspect of the goddess Isis? And is there
Okay, that's a really good question, Kathleen. It's really interesting, Kathleen, because also too, as souls, I mean, I don't know if you've read this. Is it Dolores Cannon that said this, Elisa? You'd know that they can imprint on our soul rather than us having to have the lifetimes to experience something. They can imprint on the soul and experience. So that's why people think they were Mary Magdalene or they think they were this or that. But it's actually more the aspects of learning that have come through with the imprint. So I don't know. That's why sometimes it can be a bit tricky asking these questions. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know, it's like everything's.
Okay, I had to put Dennis's answer here.
I feel strongly in there. Oh.
They all guys drink.
You never fail, Dennis. You never fail. I love it. Okay, that's funny. I'll ask the question in general. Just to see about the Isis connection.
Yeah.
With her.
Yeah. That's funny.
No, I don't think so. We've got the Ten of Swords, so no, that's not her role. That's not the aspect that's important here on Earth. No. Again, the Magician, more smoke and mirrors. So no, that's not her role here, Kathleen. But it was a good question.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel a connection personally. But
she has a very big emotional role here, literally for the whole family, for the whole of humanity. Hers is the emotional, and even when she speaks, her heart. It is similar to what Lady Di was, with that heart and that beautiful energy. So that that similarity is definitely there with that emotional aspect.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
Okay, so Patricia wanted us to ask if Melania is assisting Trump, advising him. Basically, is she advising him
about? Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, so coming in as that different aspect, to help him.
To help him, like navigate what he's doing and things like that.
Yeah. And to be more connected. And I honestly, before this question even came up, I was getting that Baron was doing that as well for him.
Yes, that for sure.
Almost like, because when you're around someone's consciousness, if they're an upgraded version, let's put it that way, that will actually obviously come into our energy field and it can activate us. And I know that. And my intention is wherever I go, anywhere, I just go, whoever I need to help today, just by being me, then allow that to be. So I feel that he's quite supported energetically through
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
So let's just
absolutely.
double check that.
Yeah.
Haha. We've got the King of Swords. That's a positive for me. Yeah, that's a yes. Because that's very honest, very truthful, lots of integrity, the right story. So and the King of Wands. Oh my lord. I mean, that's so yeah, all the actions they're taking are done through that higher presence, that masterful aspect. So yeah. Ugh, you're not gonna believe it. 10 of Cups, and I was sort of attributing this to Melania. I remember saying how beautiful and emotional and heartfelt. Yes, I would go, yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. This was all pre-planned. This was all soul contracts. I love it.
Okay.
Great question.
Yeah, and just the way she looks too, she's like so yeah. Oof.
Yeah, beautiful. And just so it's almost ethereal. Like she has that, oh, that you can just feel the energy coming from her. It's so graceful, so ethereal.
Yeah, that would
So
also explain her accent too.
you're cute. You're funny.
Yeah,
So I
she
just feel, look, he is in a physical vessel, like what we would call a human vessel, but it's been upgraded. It's been, it's taken to a potential that she needs here, so
yeah.
that consciousness can be here. That's how I perceive it.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good questions, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Um, let's see. She's very elegant. Yeah, she is.
Oh
She's
yeah,
elegant and
beautiful.
just
You
her
just
beauty
feel it
is,
from people. Mm.
huh?
You just feel it from people, don't you? Even if she was in rags and stuff, you can just feel their energy. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just so also the way she looks quite different than than a regular human. Like there's something about her looks, her eyes, her yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can find anything else about either one of them. Um, there was one question if Diana was also a time traveler.
Ah, let's have a look and see. As we know her, has she been a time traveler? Yeah, a bit like Baron. It's so interesting because as I was pulling the card, I was getting, we've all been time travelers. Yes, that's a big yes in reality. To me, we've all probably had lifetimes where we've actually experienced this, which is really interesting. I was just getting that thought as I was pulling the cards. Yeah, so the Hermit, again, this is deeper aspect of ourselves. This is like a divine aspect as well with that Hermit coming up. It's yeah, so I feel that yeah, it's when it's needed, because the Knight of Swords comes in when something's needed to be cleared, changed, shifted, you know, in the way we look at things. So yeah, I'll say yes, but don't restrict ourselves, because I really also got the feeling that we all have been at some stage.
Well, aren't we time traveling when we're dreaming? Like, aren't we already?
Yes, that's exactly. And even when we're meditating and like when I go through and I'm working with my other lifetimes, we're time traveling per se, even though it's on, it's the consciousness level. It's not the physical body per se. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so for last, Trixie had mentioned something about for you to guide us in a quick meditation to help us create the reality we want.
Sure. Well, do you want to do this one? Because you're really good at this.
No, she wanted you to do it, so I'm gonna let
Okay.
you do it.
Okay, so I'm going to have Jasper as well to bring through and enhance whatever download I get that comes through from my divine self.
Perfect.
So everyone, just usual story. It'll just be nice and sweet and short, so you can do this wherever you're going and wherever you are. So just let yourself relax if you can. If you're driving, don't do this. Close your eyes, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, just let yourself drop into your body. Let's get out of that mental plane. And then with the next breath in, as you breathe out, have the intention of coming into that beautiful big heart of yours. And when you come into that heart space, feel the lightness, feel the light, feel the connection to your divine being. And once you're feeling that peace, you simply have gratitude. I am so grateful for my life here. I am so grateful for everything that is provided for me that goes beyond my needs. And I'm so grateful that all my dreams, all my wishes, all my desires to experience here come to me with grace and ease. And I am completely free to create and co-create with my divine being everything I choose. And I also am grateful that every single being here has the ability to create the world that they dream of and wish for. And so it is. And then what you can do is just take some time to actually sit and daydream. What is it you would love to experience in your heart? Is it joy? Is it delight? Is it surprise from a new experience? How do you want it to feel? If you'd like a new place to live, how does it feel when you walk in there? What does the carpet feel like? Or what does the smell of the air there smell like? With no restriction, absolutely everything is possible. And so it is. And when you're ready, you can gently bring yourself back into the here and now, knowing that you are a creator of everything that you choose to experience. You are divine. And then just gently bring yourself back, but bring back that sense of peace with you. Wriggle your toes, open your eyes, and here we are.
Feeling so good.
That felt really beautiful. And what came through to me straight away is the more gratitude we have, the more that comes to us. It's like you open a door with that. So, and that just what came through to me. And the gratitude that everyone has it, because there's no such thing as lack or limitation.
Absolutely.
And I never put money on anything. I just daydream, and it doesn't matter how crazy it is. And do you know, just about everything I used to daydream as a child came true. No limitation.
Yes, absolutely.
There we go. So,
yes.
Yay.
All right. Thank you so much, Dennis. Definitely come back on Monday so we can sing happy birthday. And everybody else, everybody else, thank you so much for being here. Jazzy, thank you so much. Maree, thank you.
Oh, I love you guys. Thanks, Elisa.
All right. We'll see you next Sunday at Maree's show, Dream Show. And I will see you on Monday. So don't miss out on Maree's show, of course, at 6 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
All right, guys. Love you so much. Bye-bye.